What is up, everyone? This is DragonBallMedia, and today we're going to be taking the self-proclaimed hardest Dragon Ball Z quiz of all time. Now, I'm pretty sure this is just going to stay with Dragon Ball Z. It's not going to go into Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Super, but I've not taken this yet before, so we're going to find out. Now, I would say that I'm a pretty big Dragon Ball fan overall, so I think I'm going to do fairly well on this. Without further ado, we are going to take the world's hardest Dragon Ball Z quiz. Let's get started. Which Z fighter uses weighted clothing? Okay, this one is a little bit tricky, and I'm not gonna lie, if it's specific like this or with dates or who uses what, those are the only ones that are gonna give me probably a hard time, so we're gonna have to think about this one for a second. Everyone knows Goku has used weighted clothing on multiple occasions, like his fight with Tien in the 23rd Martial Arts Tournament, and he even actually technically used them in Dragon Ball Super with the Vegeta when they were training with Whis and those giant inflatable suits. That was a pretty funny episode too. I know Yamcha and Tien use them. Piccolo for sure does. In fact, he usually has it under his regular clothing. The only one I'm not for sure of is Gohan. Nothing really comes to memory all that well. But there's also not an answer excluding him, so we're just gonna go with all Z fighters. Aha! Okay, tricky, but did not trick us. So that was a little bit specific. But like I said, we're gonna get 100% on this, so I'm not too startled. Moving on. Who swapped bodies with Goku? Okay, this is actually a very easy one. This is Captain Ginyu, and I'm pretty sure out of the whole Dragon Ball series, he's the only one that is allowed to do this kind of technique, which is pretty unique, and he actually backfires on him too when he turns into that frog. Oh my god! What's the standard population of King Kai's planet? Okay, trying to trick us again here. This would throw off people who aren't really into filler episodes and don't know name-based specifics, but if everyone can recall, it's King Kai, Gregory, which is like an insect creature, and Bubbles the monkey, so that would be 3. Moving along, who distracted Cell so Gohan could finish him? Okay, this is another easy one. That would be Vegeta, also arguably one of my favorite fights within the series, and unfortunately this did not gallop Gohan into becoming one of the main characters, because we all know that he'd go on to become a book nerd and quit training, so yeah, that's quite unfortunate, but like I said, this is also one of the best moments throughout the Dragon Ball Z series. Who supplies the Situ beams? Okay, this is another easy one, and if you're a fan of the original Dragon Ball series, you know this, but it is in fact the cat Korin. And yeah, before we go on, leave a comment down below if you remember the hilarious episode where Yajirobe eats pretty much all of the Senzu beans. That was actually a pretty humorous episode. How did Goku fly before he learned to fly? Okay, really? These are what you consider the hardest quiz questions in all of Dragon Ball? Of course it was the flying Nimbus. Who doesn't remember the original Dragon Ball moments where he's literally flying on it, and it's actually in most of the cover arts. Quiz, you gotta try harder than that. Which sport does Yamcha play? Well, I don't know why this picture of him getting choked out by Android 20 is being used for this question, but he plays baseball, in fact, and for the team known as the Titans. Why is tag even an answer? What? How many versions of Boo are there? Okay, this one is actually another easy one if you're a fan of Boo, but this question could be interpreted differently, as one would consider more versions of Boo, if you will, than the answers give off. So I'm assuming it's 9 when you factor in that Kid Boo, who was created by Bobbidys and is the strongest form. We have South Boo, who absorbs South Kai. We have Majin Buu, who is the first Boo, who kind of we see in Dragon Ball Z. We have Good Boo, which is the form that gets rid of the evil side, so he's pretty much 100% good. We have Evil Boo, also known as Chocolate Boo, who is the complete evil manifestation of Good Boo. We have Super Boo, who is Evil Boo when he absorbs Good Boo. We have Super Boo or Fusion Boo, who absorbs Gotenks. We have Super Boo 2.5, if you will, who absorbs Piccolo. And we have the Super Boo 3, or the Ultimate Boo, who absorbs Gohan. So really, you can throw in Oob and Majoob, but the highest answer is 9, so obviously he's going by just straight Boo characters, so that answer would be 9. Who is Pam? Wait, what? Pam's grandfather? So I'm assuming this was a typo, because it's supposed to be Pan, not Pam, but the answer would be Goku, and Mr. Satan is also the grandfather as well. Why did Turles come to Earth? Okay, our first non-canon character, and these answers could easily trick a noob, but not Dragon Ball Media, as it would be to eat fruit from the Tree of Might, which is arguably one of my favorite Dragon Ball Z movies also. In the DBZ world, oh my god, what happened to Goku? That is, that is incredibly creepy, oh my Jesus. Can a human from Earth be taught to go Super Saiyan? That would actually be a hard no, as you need to at least have one parent who is a Saiyan. Why was Vegeta angry with Nappa after they landed on Earth? I really honestly don't know why, but this picture of Nappa and Vegeta is hilarious. This could be a handful of answers. One of the biggest reasons is Nappa shows weakness, especially when he's defeated by Goku, but the answer is actually because he caused an explosion that risks destroying the Dragon Balls. This quiz is so easy so far, we are actually acing it, so hopefully we can get a perfect score by the end of this. Which baddies did the Saiyans face in Bobbidys' ship? Okay, so this is one of my favorite episodes by far within the Dragon Ball Z series because it showcased the three Saiyans working together to kind of, fight together alongside each other. This is also one of those trick questions also just by looking at the answers because they actually fight three people, which were Poo Poo or Poi Poi or however you want to say it, which, he was defeated by Vegeta pretty easily. Yao Kahn, who was defeated by Goku, and then Dabura at the very end. So, but they don't in fact fight Bobbidys, so the answer has to be a very misleading Poi Poi and Yao Kahn. What is Birder's most dangerous quality? And another hilarious picture of Birder, by the way. But that answer is his speed. At the end of the series, who does Goku fight in the World Martial Arts Tournament? This was a pretty great episode too, by the way. Obviously the answer is Oob, but it was cool seeing them face off against one another, and it was actually sad that within the canon series, that was one of the last times we've seen Oob until, Dragon Ball GT came along. Quite unfortunate considering he seemed like he'd be a pretty cool character, but you know how Dragon Ball Z is. Was Piccolo ever the strongest character in the series? Yes, in the original Dragon Ball series he was, and contrary to popular belief, he was in the DBZ up to a certain point as well. When he and God fused, he was actually stronger than Vegeta until, he went and trained with Trunks. So yeah, but yes, Piccolo was actually considered the strongest on a few occasions. How did Goku and Vegeta fuse in order to form Gogeta? This is actually another easy one. It's the fusion dance. If anybody recall that episode, it's pretty well known, but yeah, it was the fusion dance. Which opponent did Goku and Vegeta face as Gogeta? So this is actually a non-canon movie, but it's actually a very interesting and fun watching movie as well, but it's the Fusion Reborn. And it's actually Janemba who they face. Keep on forgetting what number we are. I'm not even keeping track of how many of these are or which one we're on. But anyways, what lesson did Gohan teach Videl? This is another easy one. That face is actually quite creepy looking as well, but that is how to fly. After Frieza's attack, how many minutes were left before the planet Namek would blow up? Okay, wow, this is what I was talking about in the very beginning, questions that would stump me. I'm not really good with specifics like this, so I know it was stated and it should be obvious for me, of course, but I'm not 100%. I think it's either 5 or 3. We're gonna go with maybe 5. Oh no, okay, alright, our first wrong answer. That's fine though, I'll take a wrong answer on a very specific question. I know a lot of you guys probably got that right, but what it is what it is. I knew I wouldn't be good at specific dates. Alright, gotta redeem ourselves here. During the Buu Saga, how did Gohan become Mystic Gohan? That's another easy one. That is through the Elder Kai's power, if you guys remember that episode where he fights Buu. What's the best place to train in DBZ? Okay, so here we got a subjective answer, or subjective question, because really there is no right place to train, but as far as the best, I'm assuming he wants me to pick the obvious, which would be the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, so we're gonna go with that one. Okay, that's what I thought, obviously, and I don't know why they used the Master Roshi original Dragon Ball training with Goku and Krillin as this picture for it. I don't know if he's trying to trick us, but didn't happen that time, sir. Is Hercule the strongest human being in the series? Actually, I think the title would go to Krillin, so we're gonna go with no. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, I do believe it is actually Krillin who is the strongest earthling. Who lives on an island on top of the world? Okay, well, it's obviously not Chiaotzu or Tien, and definitely not Krillin, so we're gonna have to, obviously, it's Piccolo. I don't even know why I'm even doing that. It's obviously Piccolo. Who is Krillin married to? That would obviously be Android 18, but what even kind of answer is Android 19 or Bulma? Marin? What? How many times did Goku die in DBZ? Okay, so altogether it was 3, but just in DBZ it was 2. One against Raditz when he held him and then Piccolo used his special beam cannon, and the second time was when Cell exploded. Now the third time was in Dragon Ball Super when Hip pretty much made his heart stop, but it obviously came back down, and his little blast made his heart pump and start back up again, so he did die for a little bit there, but in DBZ it was only 2. Who beat Videl up in the World Martial Arts Tournament? That would be Spopovich, the big bald man, and Very, very creepy looking as well. In episode 1, what was the farmer's power level? Okay, here we go with another specific one again. If they just added more of these specific questions, I probably would get a terrible score, but thankfully this is our only second one, and I'm probably gonna miss this too. This is actually one of the biggest memes of Dragon Ball as well, because it's known that his power level is incredibly low. I want to think that it's 10 just because it would be an even number. No, maybe, oh my goodness. 10 just seems so obvious too. I'm gonna go with 3 because it's not an even number, it's kind of just like an odd. Okay, of course it's wrong, it's 5. Okay, alright. Well, that is only 2 out of like, what, 100? I think we're doing pretty good for ourselves. Can't believe I missed that one though. That's like one of the biggest memes in Dragon Ball. Is Videl part Saiyan? No, this would be a no. And in fact, in Dragon Ball Super, I know this could trick a lot of people because, you know, when they all power together, because they have to have the, you know, the 5 or 6 Saiyans to power up Goku, it was actually Pan inside Videl's womb because they mated with, her mate was with Gohan, in which it was Saiyan, so they needed a Saiyan life form, so Pan would actually be the equivalent of the Saiyan within Videl, so that would actually not make Videl Saiyan in Dragon Ball Super either, but yeah, overall no, she's not a Saiyan. How did Superboo escape from the hyperbolic time chamber? So this is actually one of my favorite moments as well with him, Piccolo and Gotenks in this, in the hyperbolic time chamber, and it's just this giant emptiness void, but he actually yelled a portal into existence. Who was Goku's ultimate opponent at the end of the original Dragon Ball series? That would be Piccolo, because the other ones weren't introduced yet. In Trunks' timeline, who built the time machine? That was actually Bulma who did that, and she is actually considered a genius, and if you guys haven't read the manga of Jocko's standalone manga story, then I would recommend highly doing that, because at the very end, Bulma is introduced as a little girl, and you just get to meet her sister and her parents, obviously, and it's just known from a very, very young age that Bulma is considered a genius, so yeah, of course she went on to build this time machine. That would be Bulma. How many Cell Juniors were there? So this is actually one that I remember very vividly, just because the whole Cell saga was one of my favorite sagas throughout the whole series, but this would be 7. Okay, what happened for Fat Boo to join the good side? So this was actually a pretty interesting episode as well, because like I was telling you earlier, there's so many different versions of Majin Buu, but in order for him to become Good Boo, he needed to expel his evil side, and which would have been Chocolate Boo, if you will. Okay, here we are. Okay, this looks like this is the last question here. Was Super Saiyan 3 Goku stronger than Kid Buu 32? Wait, what is 32? I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Was Super Saiyan 3 Goku stronger than Kid Buu? Actually, no, he was not. Alright, let's, that looks like that was the last question, so let's get our results here, and it looks like we got a 94% with the average being 77%, so that's actually pretty good on arguably the hardest Dragon Ball Z quiz ever. I didn't think it was really that hard, really. Just, you know, a few of the specific questions kind of messed me up, but I should have answered those correctly anyways because of how popular they were. But if you guys enjoy this and you actually want to send me more Dragon Ball Z quizzes for me to do, if you would like to see them in a video, then by all means send them in the messenger tab on my Instagram, which is at DragonBallMedia, link down below in the description. But most of you guys probably came here anyways. But if you guys did enjoy, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe, because I will be making more videos. And like I said, if you want to see more fun videos like this, then by all means leave me a comment and send me a message on my Instagram. Without further ado, this was Dragon Ball Media, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and have a good one.